Trauma bonds, got close off of battle scars. Equal pain, so we think it's equal game. Same team, but it's different hearts. Same goals, but it's different shots. Thought we was winning the same. Turns out you was just running me game. Should've known, but I couldn't guess it. It's a damn shame.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back on another episode of Hoop MCs. This would be episode 4. I'm joined by my co-host, Nassim. Nassim, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? How are you this week?
I'm doing well. This is very early that we decided to do this.
We're never doing this again.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. This is Saturday, 8:38 a.m., but the show must go on. Am I right?
Yes, sir. The show must go on.
Yeah. So, the NBA news has kind of started slowing down finally after free agency and all these major trades that have gone down here in the past week or so. So, I think the league, if you will, is starting to take form finally.
Yeah, we're starting to see which teams are going to have which players and which ones I feel will be real contenders and which ones still won't make any noise, really.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess on this episode, I figured, it would probably only be appropriate that we start talking about way too early title favorites, kind of give our opinions in terms of who we would be expecting to see holding up the Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of 2021.
Houston Rockets, baby.
Okay, get out now. No.
All right, guys, we'll see you for episode 5.
All right, later, guys.
All right.
Yeah, cue the outro music.
Trauma bonds,
but yeah, let's go ahead and start diving in. I mean, tell me, I guess instead of jumping right into who would be the champion contender, let's go ahead and start off with I don't know, maybe playoffs for the West. Let's say, who are your 4 major title contenders
from the West?
Who would you who would you expect to see in the semifinals?
Obviously Lakers and Clippers. I think I don't want to say the Nuggets. I really don't. But I just feel like the West has gotten a lot weaker in terms of the stronger teams that were there last year. So I'm trying to think who else could have been in. It's probably going to be Rockets, Rockets, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets.
Nuggets?
I still think the Rockets will get out first round.
Yeah, you never know with that team. So I think I agree with Rockets and Clippers. Yeah, so I'm just trying to. Okay, so I do have a difference in my top 4. I got Rockets, Clippers, and I think I will give the Rockets. Or sorry, did I already say the Rockets? Yeah, I meant Lakers, Clippers, Rockets, and my 4th is gonna be the Utah Jazz. I think Utah will be in the semifinals this year. So,
I don't know. I
think over the Nuggets, I think so, because the Nuggets, they kind of lost a pretty big piece there with Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, but it's not like the Jazz have made any crazy improvements, though. They're still the same team pretty much, and unless Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell gel a little better together, and Rudy Gobert actually does something, I still don't take them serious, honestly.
Did they, not make any major moves?
Not that I remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I just, for some reason,
I'm go to Utah.
For some reason, I'm just giving them way too much credit this season.
I don't know what your deal is.
They were up 3-1 on the Nuggets. They just choked it. So, I mean, it's not far-fetched to believe that they'll be in the semifinals. But, I don't know. That's just my take. I feel like the Nuggets, they're not going to be where they were at. And I guess Lakers are going to be Lakers. I think Clippers are way too talented to avoid the semifinals. And, I'm a homer in terms of with the Rockets. So, I'm obviously going to put them in the top 4. So,
Jeremy Lin can be our best player again, and I'll still say we're going to the championship.
Yeah. It's a disease. It is a disease. Yeah. All right, let's switch sides to the East. So we figured out the top 4 in the West. Give me your top 4 contenders in the East.
I think the East is pretty much easier. It's the Heat, Nets, Bucks, For the fourth one,
Not so easy, is it?
it'll either be Philly or wait, no, it's gonna be Boston. What am I saying? How did I forget about them?
Dang, dude, the East is stacked. I forgot about Philly. Like in terms of like this top four. Yeah, that's crazy. Wait, who is it again? Did you put the Heat?
Yeah, Heat, Bucks,
Nets,
Celtics, and Nets. Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
but
Okay.
I still don't take the Bucks that serious, honestly.
So
Like, they
you,
would be bottom four out of them.
so in your opinion, the Sixers are eliminated first round.
If yeah, because they have to match up with one of those four teams, and I don't see them beating them in a 7-game series.
I really don't want to do that. I think honestly, the Sixers. Okay. So for me, I'm gonna go obviously the Bucks and the Nets. The Nets are giving me Clippers vibes. Do you get what I'm saying?
How?
I honestly feel like they're similar to the Clippers in the sense that they're like super talented, but just like the Clippers, they never gelled together. They never figured out how to make it work. So I don't know. For some reason, I feel like that team's gonna be a disappointment. Like second round, eliminated.
I don't think so.
Eliminated.
There's too many egos on the Clippers. Like Kawhi Leonard, I don't know where his ego came from, but he started growing one. Then Paul George, obviously, he has way too big of an ego for a guy.
And you mean
like
Oh wait,
like Kid Gilchrist.
are you in
Wait,
agreement? Are you in agreement or disagreement?
I'm disagreeing with you. I think the Nets will gel a lot better because of their two superstars.
So you said the Clippers have an ego problem, yet
Yeah,
the Nets don't have an ego problem.
it sounds like
It sounds
it's
stupid.
contradicting.
Yeah.
But there's too many people who have egos on the Clippers. Like even like people coming off the bench like Montrez and Lou Williams,
Dude,
Patrick Beverly.
you got KD and Kyrie. First of all, Kyrie
They both
alone.
played, they both played with superstars and MVPs.
Okay, what's his name? Kawhi Leonard played with three other All-Stars. I mean, like, I know nobody on the Spurs have an ego, or has an ego.
Yeah, but that's part of a system. That's when we all thought he was a system player. And you remember that?
And
Don't
hold
lie to
on,
me.
Kawhi does not have an ego. What are you talking about? Since when does he have an ego?
It's not necessarily an ego. I don't know, man. He just doesn't have it from, I guess, Toronto or his early Spurs days. Like, he's just a completely different player in person is what it seems like.
Anyways, I want to get back to my top four. So Bucks, Nets, and I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know about the Heat, man. I don't know about the Heat. I'm gonna say Boston just because they're so like freaking well coached. And I'm gonna say the Sixers.
So Boston's well coached, but Miami's not.
Yeah, that sounds stupid now that I say that, but I just honestly feel like the Heat made like an incredible run last year, and I'm just gonna amount it to that. And obviously, coaching has a lot to do with it, but I think they slip up. I don't know.
I
like
don't
to
think it was just like a miracle run.
I like to make controversial calls. I don't know what to say, but
Yeah, but this is what does Stephen A. Smith say? Blasphemous or something?
that is blasphemous.
Yeah, you're speaking a load of clutter right now because I don't think it was a miracle run. Honestly, I think that Miami only gets better for the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Look, I'm not an expert, you know? I'm just a regular dude with a mic and a video talking with his
a friend.
bro. Yeah. So, okay, let's go back. So we got our top fours. Basically, where you and I disagree is I got Utah instead of Nuggets, and I got Sixers instead of, who's the fourth team that you picked?
Miami.
Yeah, exactly. I got Sixers instead of Miami. So go back to the West. You got our four figured out. Who do you see in the Western Conference Finals?
As of now, it's I want to say Lakers and Clippers, man. I really do. I just don't know if I trust the Clippers, but I'll probably lock them as the conference finals.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is kind of a little bit pointless just because of the seeding. You don't know if the Clippers, end up going 4th seed and the Lakers are 1. They can meet each other in the semifinals. So we're really just talking in a vacuum here. The top 2 teams. Okay, so you got Lakers, Clippers, and then switch back east. Who you got in the top 2?
I know the Nets for sure.
Okay.
It's a toss-up between Boston and Miami.
Damn, you're giving no respect to the Bucks.
No, I don't. Until I see something that deserves respect, I won't give it to them.
All right. So you're figuring out between the Heat and the Celtics, right?
Yeah, I think it would probably be the Heat, honestly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the Heat and Nets and Clippers, Lakers. All right.
Yeah, I will say I don't think the Lakers will. They may not finish top 2 seed. I think AD and LeBron will take a lot of rest games, especially with the shorter offseason. So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So now give me who's in the finals on your end. Obviously, you're probably gonna go Lakers.
Yeah.
West.
Lakers and Nets.
Lakers, Nets. Okay. Let me go back to my bracket. I guess I think I'll see. I get on you for liking the Rockets, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Lakers Rockets in the conference finals. I feel like the Rockets will avoid the Lakers until the conference finals. So this is completely dependent on seeding. I still think the Clippers are a better team than the Rockets, but I'm gonna assume that they avoid the Clippers in the second round. So Lakers Rockets for me in the conference finals. Over to the East, I'm going to go ahead and say I think the Nets are going to be a disappointment, so I'm not going to include them. I think the Bucks not finally, but they're going to be in the conference finals for my prediction, and I think it's the Celtics, so Bucks, Celtics, and then I'm going to go ahead and say we finally see a rematch. I'm making this up as I go. Literally, I have no idea where I'm going. I'm going to say we finally see a LeBron Giannis NBA Finals.
And who's winning that one?
All right. If I'm talking with my heart... no. If I'm talking with my brain is what I meant. Because my heart would have said Bucks because I don't want to see the Lakers. But obviously the Lakers. And I'm going to say 4-2. 4-2 Lakers. What about you?
I would say 4-2 Nets probably.
4-2 Nets? Yeah. I don't know, man. Nets, like I said, Clippers vibes. I feel like that team's going to be a disappointment. Just given how that team is structured the way it is, you don't have any coaching experience. Have you seen the coaching staff, by the way? Amari Stoudemire is an assistant coach.
I don't know what they're doing with the coaching staff.
Yeah.
If you have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, it's basically like LeBron James. You really don't need a coach at that point.
No. KD is not LeBron. And not saying, I'm not even comparing talent here. I'm just saying, like, they play completely different roles here. LeBron is able to, he knows when to defer to Kyrie. Like, he's smart in that sense. I think KD and Kyrie, they're just both great scorers. And I feel like they're never going to who's their point guard? Who's going to run that system? Kyrie? Because I don't think Kyrie...
Yes.
Yes, he is a point guard. But I feel like, does Kyrie even run the point? Has he ever run the point guard ever in his career, like, successfully?
It's kind of like an unfair judgment because he was on a tanking Cavs team and then he played next to LeBron James.
Exactly, and then
in a Boston system,
exactly. So how are you gonna give him so much credit this year around? I don't know.
Because I
don't know.
A Kyrie hater first off.
What?
I said just admit you're a Kyrie hater.
Oh yeah, we did get into this, huh? Didn't we? Look, man. What was? Yeah, top 3 point guard. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
You would put Ben Simmons over him, wouldn't you?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not delusional. Now, I think Ben Simmons has way more better upside. But my third point guard, like I got Curry, Lillard, and then as my third, it's a toss-up between Russell Westbrook and Kyrie Irving.
I'll answer that for you as a Rockets fan. It's Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I get you're salty, but yeah, I don't want to go down that path of ranking players. I feel like we could talk about that on a different podcast. But so there you have it. Those are our early title favorites. Obviously, way too early. You don't know what's gonna happen, dude. I was just thinking about this yesterday, and the COVID situation, because they're playing in their own arenas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really am interested to see like what happens to the season like given the whole COVID situation. Do you think it's gonna kind of be like the NFL?
Yeah, there's just gonna be COVID cases breaking out and nobody's gonna care.
Yeah, I mean, the NBA, like Adam Silver, has always historically run the organization much better than the NFL. So maybe it won't be as bad, but they play way more games than the NFL, like in terms of frequency. So maybe I feel like there probably won't be as much cancellations. I think like some players are probably going to end up playing with COVID. I feel like by accident.
Okay. I think you meant like on purpose.
No.
I know we don't want to like take too much more time, but the only thing solution I can think of is working a schedule to where you're not traveling as much. Like you build a schedule to where you're staying in one region of the country, and then you're kind of playing those teams there. Because another issue that you're going to run into is if someone has COVID and they're away from home, like they're just exposed the whole team and they have to get back home. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
I don't know how Adam Silver is going to make this work. I really do.
Well, we'll see, man. Obviously, the preseason is gonna start up here in a couple weeks, I think. So, we'll be discussing basketball-related content, like more related to the season here in a bit. But as always, that wraps up another episode of Hoop MCs, episode 4. We appreciate you guys for always listening, and we'll be back for you guys with more content next week. Appreciate y'all. See y'all.
Thank you guys. Later.
Trauma bonds, got close off of battle scars. Equal pain, so we think it's equal games. Same team, but it's different hearts. Same goals, but it's different shots. Thought we was winning the same. Turns out you were just running me game. Should've known, but I couldn't guess it. It's a damn shame.